This is the Swan Astro 150 SSB transceiver. There's also an Astro 151 which, rather than covering 10 meters, covers 160. Apart from that, they're the same. This was the radio that introduced to the mass market a completely synthesized oscillator. I'll turn it on in a moment and you'll see the main issue, certainly in terms of using it, and it's just not very usable. So let me turn it on. By the way, standby position is used if you want the memories to hold up, which we're not using at the moment. Anyway, put them on and you'll notice it's on 40 meters. However, it's going to take a second or two before the synthesizer goes into lock. That's what we're looking at the moment. Okay, it's in lock now. Now what I will do is I'll tune it. Now this is the bit that's a bit weird. The tuning knob here, you don't rotate it, you just move it one way to go down the band, move it the other way to go up. It is not easy to use, and I'm sure this didn't contribute to the sales of this. Anyway, let me go down the band and I'll show you what I mean. Now it's just tuning. Right, I'm going to try another one. Now that took a little time for me to actually be able to tune it in, because you're wiggling this knob backwards and forwards and there's quite a lag. To be fair, this may not be set up particularly well. However, it demonstrates what would be the issue. The only thing it does have, which was a first at the time, was on the microphone you've got an up and a down button. Now you can only do that on a completely synthesized radio. You can't sensibly do it on one that's got any sort of a VFO, an analog VFO that is. Apart from that, you know, usual stuff for CW. We've got full and semi break-in, noise blanker, Vox, etc. So nice radio, just not particularly easy to use. This is the inside of the Swan Astro 150. What I notice is strongly built, okay, lots of big thick metal. However, what we're seeing is the move towards larger circuit boards and then ribbon connectors to connect to the front panel, this being the board that's at the back of the front of the radio here. So moving towards a more modern style of construction. There's still odds and ends of boards kicking around. The other thing, which is perhaps not so obvious from the shot you're seeing at the moment, is on the top here we've got the band switch, which has still got a single switch bar coming down through to the output filters, but apart from that the switch bar is doing far less than it would have done on earlier radios. Whole load of cans and so on here. I seem to remember these are the individual band VCOs. However, nice solid style of construction. This is the underside of the Astro 150. What we're seeing here is a move towards a more modern style of construction. We've got the front panel controls here and a PCB behind it carrying them all. The only thing that goes onto the rest of the radio is the switch bar here. It's got the band switching at the top, then in this compartment are the individual filter boards, the low pass filters for transmit. A single big circuit board, in fact there's another one behind it. Again, this is a much more modern style of construction than the sort of things you may have found on an Atlas, which had lots of bits and pieces dotted around dangling off tag strips. We've got another board here on its side, but a nice well constructed radio using much more modern techniques than is used in some of the earlier radios.